RWS Fight Night Daniel Rodriguez Petchmorakot just went down, and I'm going through the entire card, starting with the prelims, finishing off with the main event, giving my reaction and breaking down every fight. Now, there were some good moments in this card, but there were actually some trash moments too. First fight, you got the Fighting Irish Carl Tannen versus the best name in all of Muay Thai, Super Chub. Now, it was a close first round. Super Chub does a great job of scoring, but his head movement doesn't exist at all, so he keeps getting caught. Now, his clinch and elbows did seem good to keep him out of trouble, but Carl had that Irish conditioning. He just didn't seem to get tired, and Super Chub got tired. So Carl picks up an easy decision. If you're fighting Muay Thai in 2025, bro, you gotta start doing head movement. Moving on, we got Narok versus Petchmorakot. He's got two names. I don't know. It seemed like they were switching back and forth, but we'll call him Petchmorakot for the video because it's easier to pronounce. The fight starts off very technical. Those old Muay Thai fans who hate on one championship would love this fight. This is the fight for them. Super traditional, very technical, but Narok got some explosive hands, and he seemed to be managing the range a lot better, which is pretty crazy because he is the shorter fighter. This is just like a perfect example. If you're a shorter fighter, you gotta watch this fight because he is managing the distance perfectly while giving up a significant reach advantage. Now, Petchmorakot, because he's getting outscored, he gets more aggressive, but this actually doesn't work out and just allows Narok to score even more and faster. Narok basically was on the back foot the whole fight, just backing up, luring Petchmorakot into kicks, and so he's just constantly scoring. He was just too smooth and technical. Easy win for him. Moving on, we got Sebastian versus Petchmorakot. Now, Sebastian came out looking athletic. I'm not gonna lie, he was looking athletic, but Pet's a tricky southpaw, and it was a significant experience difference, and Pet was really just playing. It looked like he was having the time of his life out there. But Sebastian showed a lot of heart, and I feel like this fight is just gonna make him better. Most of the fights on the card have been pretty good so far, but this next fight was honestly kind of sad. You got Ritwada, and if you don't know who that is, he is one of the best fighters in this generation. He's fire. Now, he's fighting this guy named Alexi, who I haven't seen before and haven't heard of. Immediately, you can tell it's a mismatch. Immediately. Ritwada is just scoring at will. But shout out to Alexi, because he started catching Ritwada when Ritwada was getting a little too comfortable. But also, this is the thing about Muay Thai. Like, I feel like these fighters just say yes to any matchups, which is actually dope. UFC fighters or boxers, like, if there's a fighter that they think is better than them, they'll usually just say no to the fight. There's no way Alexi went into this fight thinking he was gonna win or not viewing it as a really hard challenge. So shout out to him for taking the fight. His coaches and stuff probably reminded him to really enjoy the walkout, enjoy the fight, because you might not remember it. So Ritwada's landing the left kick whenever he wants. So the third round starts, and you can tell Ritwada's pissed that it's taking this long. So he starts being super aggressive and honestly looks mad. And he delivers one of the nastiest elbows I've ever seen. Gets the doctor's stoppage and wins. And next we got Sang Mani versus Samrak Noi. Both those names are fine. Now, I actually really love this fight because it shows you how to adapt. Now, Samrak Noi came out and used his reach advantage immediately. Just came out scoring a lot. Now, Sang Mani was responding back. He wasn't just shelling up or just getting beat up, but he was still getting outscored. So to adjust to this, he started moving backwards instead of trying to close the distance on the taller opponent. He was luring him in. He was on his back foot and kept moving back and firing off a left kick. That's what played out for the rest of the fight. Sang Mani really was just backing up and scoring with his left kick, and Samrak Noi did not have an answer. But this is where I kind of started to dislike the card a little bit, not because of the fighters, but because of the scoring. It seemed like the judges had this fight like scored so different. At the end of the fight, okay, so Sang Mani won the decision. Two judges gave him like every round, and another judge got him barely winning one round. So it was just like, y'all are definitely judging off different criteria. But right when I was getting down about the card, we have the best fight on it, or so far. You know, you got Petchmorakot versus Kun Suik Noi. And forgive me on how I mispronounce these names, but I'm doing my best, right? The Little War Chief is what his fight name is. Again, this is one of the fights that like old head Muay Thai fighters would love. And this became a fight that everybody watching will love. Petchmorakot, he has earned himself as one of my favorite fighters. Now, this fight starts off slow and technical, but that quickly changes, and the pace just picks up and picks up. Now, every time someone initiates an exchange, the other fighter fires back. It's not like a defend, you know, reset. It's like an immediately boom, 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 boom. It's hard to score how the rounds go because each fighter is landing shots in every exchange, and it's at a high pace. Now, Petchmorakot is the aggressor for most of the exchanges though, so I was giving him these rounds. But even though Petchmorakot was the aggressor, Kun Suk Noi was still he was winning a lot of these exchanges. It was just a great fight, but judges ended up giving it to Kun Suk Noi, which I personally didn't agree with, but I'm not surprised because the judges seem to be all over the place anyway, so it is what it is. Close fight, could have gone either way. I think they should run it back for sure. Now you got Jarun Suk versus Kazuki Osaki. Seems like every single fight on this card has been Southpaw versus Orthodox. I guess they just love the open stance matchups. Now out the gate, Jarun Suk, or however you pronounce his name, is killing it. He's coming out aggressive, great head movement, great boxing, and really pushing the pace. But Kazuki's fire too. Now he's actually winning some of these exchanges. He's catching Jarun Suk and punishing him for coming in too aggressive. This fight started off as a banger, but there was a moment where Jarun Suk goes to clinch and he realizes that, hey, my clinch is so much better than his, and so he proceeded to just bully him in the clinch for the rest of the fight. Before this fight, he had the record for landing the most strikes in the clinch, and in this fight he actually broke the record. So easy win for him. He just clinched him. It's good to see entertaining clinch fighters, because some clinch fighters can be boring, some clinch can be boring, but it's good to see someone make it entertaining, bro, and just get in there and always throwing. And you can tell, even when he gets gassed out or he seems like he's getting tired, he'll still throw. Like, he'll like, you can tell, bro. It's dope. It's dope. Really like that. Now on to the main event. You got Daniel Rodriguez versus Petchmorakot. Now you got two southpaw fighters that are usually the taller fighter, so it's cool to see both of their strengths get kind of nullified in a way. Now you don't have like the southpaw advantage, as a lot of people say, because you're fighting another southpaw, and y'all are like the same height, so none of y'all can use your height advantages. And when that happens, it's like we see who is more skillful. Daniel is just so solid. Like, he has such a solid jab, so good at controlling range, has a good left kick, and Petchmorakot does too, but it seemed like he couldn't stop Daniel's left kick or his jab. He really didn't have an answer for the jab, and Daniel's jab set up a lot of other things, allowing him to coast to an easy decision. Now, I don't think it was like the most exciting fight, but a lot of Daniel's fights aren't, because he's basic. Like, I want to call him the Anthony Joshua of Muay Thai, because he's very like textbook and just like does the right thing, and obviously it works. He's not like gonna do anything crazy explosive, but he's really good at just traditional Muay Thai, like simply just good. We will be covering all the One Championship and RWS events moving forward, so make sure you subscribe to keep